So it's about that time for another round of dev servers, but this time it's for the Apex Predators. And oh yes, the name is incredibly fitting. Now, before I go ahead and get started, a couple of things first. The first one being is that we are going to be taking a look at everything in the dev server, at least all the things that were fairly obvious. There are going to be a lot of things that I am going to be missing, such as brand new missiles, maybe some thrust on certain aircraft got changed or power, maybe some engines got fixed or something. I have no idea. I won't be able to cover each and every single one of those, but I will highlight some of the larger things, such as the new vehicles, some additional changes to vehicles that I personally enjoy, that I realized or noticed right off the bat, and also some existing vehicles having a significant change, to which I will outline as best as I possibly can. Should you decide you want to go ahead and check out some certain things, I will have a little scrubber bar. Well, I guess the scrubber bar is going to have its own little sections for USA, Germany, Russia, Britain, etc., etc. Should you guys want to go ahead and take a look at each and every one of those. And again, I'm not a professional when it comes to aviation, unlike some of the other amazing creators such as Copsy, Defin, Spitfire, Ash, 007, etc., etc. So if you guys want more information, I believe they will be coming out with their own little bit of content for it. So, oof, that was a mouthful. And second, last one too, is if by any chance you guys are going to be buying any of the premium vehicles, which there are plenty of in this game currently, and they're fairly expensive too because they're about 70 bucks a piece now, use my 3% discount code. Also, all the aforementioned creators also have 3% discount codes. So if you guys want to support us as creators, go ahead and use that because it benefits us greatly. Trust me, we see that as hard cash, and you get our decals in the game. What's not to love, right? Collect them all, like Pokemon cards. Anyways, that being said, let's get started with first being USA. Okay, I had to do that weird little jump cut because I stopped recording, keep that intro so that it doesn't interfere with this, because having one long clip is just, it's a pain in the butt for editing, okay? So don't mind that. Now, obviously, as you see, the American F-16 is going to be the pride and joy for the American part of the update. And oh boy, is it really pretty. It's not done yet. The cockpit doesn't work. There's still a lot in this vehicle that just really isn't that great, but what you do get is 4 AIM-9Ls, and this is going to be my go-to setup, right? You get GBUs, Mavericks, 4 9Ls, an amazing versatile aircraft, and also it is, at least to my knowledge, the first aircraft in the game to get a drop tank. That is right. You get about 8 extra minutes of fuel, which this thing is a gas guzzler. Of course, it's American, right? We need our oils from somewhere, I guess. But this one is the first one to get a drop tank, which does function, and I believe it automatically drops once it is empty. You will have to bind the key for it should you decide you want to go ahead and definitely use it. But here we go, the American F-16, and this is the loadout I will be using to ground pound, and oh boy, is this replacing my F5E, just saying. But let's go ahead and talk about the next one, the American Striker. Now, if you didn't notice already, check this out. The cage is now removable. The slat armor, oh yeah, you can take it off now. I've been bugging for this for a very, very, very long time, and finally, at last, we have the ability to take off that damn cage, because it drove me nuts. Aside from that, nothing has changed, but I'm sure you just saw right now, we do get a premium Striker at battle rating 9.7. This is functionally the exact same thing as the tech tree version, except you only get MA33. I don't agree with this at 9.7, maybe 9.3, but aside from that, it's the exact same thing as the previous one, or the tech tree version, just premium. That's really it. And also, I know you guys saw this, the A6E tram, the first premium for America's rank 7, going into rank 8. Yeah, it's going to be really crazy. Is it rank 8 now? I'm having a brain fart here. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. It's slow. It has a good loadout of 4 AIM-9Ls. Cool. You get GBUs, 2,000-pound bombs. You get 250-pound bombs. You get Zunis. Lots of guns, of course. Holy crap, that's a lot of guns. In truth, this is an iffy one for me. I'm not going to be getting it. I won't be buying it. If you guys want to, 3% discount. Support us. Cool. And this thing turns like a bus. Just saying. I'll let you guys deal with this one, but there you have it. 4 9Ls. In truth, I would get the A10 over this, but that's just me. Cool, awesome. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Germans. I am terribly sorry to say the Germans, at least from the time of this video's recording, doesn't get anything, but they do get the MiG-21 laser M. It just looks like a laser, right? You do get, of course, R60 MKs, and that's really it. It's a MiG-21, basically an SMT, I think. I don't know, but there you go. Premium rank tier 11. You don't get any other aircraft currently. I'm assuming they're going to be bringing in maybe another MiG-29 version for this. I could be entirely wrong, or there may be some other aircraft, but that's the only thing I can really find for them. Also, I think USA has a new vessel, but I completely forgot about it, so I do apologize, guys. Navy's not exactly my thing, or naval. That is. You also get, you know, the V990. Cool torpedo boat, I think. Is it? Yeah. And you get the Z-47. Looks like a little destroyer. Is it a destroyer? It is. Cool. Boat stuff. Sorry to say, not much else. I might be missing something. Let me know in the comment section if I did. And next up, of course, the Russians. And this will be interesting. So the Russians get a couple of things, but I'm going to go into detail about this. Now, as you can see right here, this is their premium version of the MiG-23 MLD, which is just the ML. I don't really know what the differences are between the D and the regular ML. If you guys want to figure that out for me, absolutely. But what you do get right here is an 11.3 premium aircraft. You also get 6 R60Ms. Yeah. On a premium. Like this. Yeah. This is pretty nuts, right? But this is not the star of the show for the Russians. No, it's not even this. But I'm going to show you anyway. This is the Strela. Now this. Oh, yeah. Now, I did mention before in my streams anyways that this is going to be blatantly OP because it's Russian. It usually is OP right off the bat. But this gets the 9M37M 20G maximum overload, 6 kilometer rear aspect, 3 kilometer all aspect, launch range 5 kilometers. But here's the thing though. Think about the TY90s. If you saw my previous video, the Z9W, I think it was, or the Z9. Think of those missiles, but on the dirt. Now, if you think the Type 93s or the Mistral missiles are pretty bad, you don't have to fear that with this vehicle, at least not for the time being, because these missiles are absolutely not insane, but they are absurdly good compared to what is out there with the Mistral, the Stingers, what was the one from the French one, the Santals missiles. Yeah, this one blows them out of the water entirely. So cool, we get something that works at 9.3, but holy crap, Gaijin, can you buff the other ones, please? But enough of the Strela. Let's talk about the true star of the show, the MiG-29. That's right, it is finally here. And as you can see, I have R60Ms, but there's a couple of things with this that are gonna make you cry in ARB, right? It gets the R73 missiles, but, and there's a huge big but right there as a disclaimer, check this out. 40G overload, 8 kilometer range, all aspect 4 kilometers. But Gaijin did say that there's a possibility that they're going to remove this, at least for the time being. They may take this out and bring it in a little bit later because you do get a helmet-mounted display, which does allow the missile to track into the cursor. I would show you guys, but I'm just going to tell you right here, if you use free look while the missile is activated, as long as the missile cursor is inside the gigantic circle, you can launch the missile off bore. And you can also do that with the R60Ms. You can do it with any single missile. So they might remove that feature as a whole for balancing purposes, at least for the time being, or they're going to leave it in and leave it for the R60Ms, which you can technically fire off bore anyway if you just get a lock and just maintain that lock. But now you can immediately get it with the free look mode. I don't know how to play in sim. I'm very curious. I will find that out once I get my HOTAS set up complete. I'm missing the rudders, or the pedals, excuse me, to control rudder. You know what I mean. I don't do pilot stuff, okay? But aside from that, you also get the R27Ts. All aspects 6 kilometers, 35 rear, 50 kilometer launch range, 30G maximum overload. Damn. I know it's a stat card. I get it, right? But damn. So, and also it's fast. This thing's got some power to it and it turns, but you get limited fuel. You only get what? 28 minutes on a full tank? And it burns through it real quick. I think it's about 4 minutes with afterburner, I think I was told. It's pretty freaking nuts. But But I can tell you what, this thing, I'm definitely getting it. As for ground pounding, 500-pound bombs, S-24Bs, that's really it. Oh, here's my loadout too. That's nice. So with that being said, let's jump over to the British. So the British do get a couple of things. One being is this disgusting looking chieftain called the Khalid. Khalid? I think it's Khalid. Okay, cool. 9.0 premium vehicle, but it doesn't get a dart, right? Okay, wait a minute. It doesn't get a dart. Wait, it also doesn't get a stabilizer, at least not for the time being. I don't think it gets one, but what? What do you mean? No dart, no stabilizer, 9.0 BR? But what it does get is a 1200 horsepower engine. That is right, 1200 horsepower, 56 kilometers an hour. The tech tree version gets what? Where are you? Here's the Chieftain Mark 10. You get 760 horsepower, 48 kilometers an hour. Damn. This thing is fast, at least relative to the vehicle itself. As a premium, although you don't get thermal sights, no stabilizer, and no dart, they might give it a dart. I think they should if they're going to keep this at 9.0, because the engine upgrade for this thing, it just, the lower front plate, you can get penetrated by almost everything, minus, you know, small barrel cannons for the most part. So yeah, but here's the next one. The Sea Harrier FRS-1. It gets, I believe it can get up to 4 AIM-9Ls. It only gets 2 currently, as you can see right here. AIM-9Gs, AIM-9Ls, a couple of bombs, etc. And it does get flares as well, which is very nice. But I think you're going to be able to get 4 9Ls. They did mention something about that. I don't know if it's true or not. That really remains to be seen. But this is a squadron vehicle, battle rating 10.7. But I'm sure you guys are excited for the next one, the Tornado GR1. That is right. The Tornado is here, and this thing, whoo, she goes really fast. But there's a huge downside to this vehicle, right? Yeah, you get a thermal sight for the pod here, for the targeting pod. It's really nice for the GBUs, and you only get 2 9Ls. That's it. It is battle rating 11.3, but only 2 9Ls. And the flares, it does have flares, but they're not done yet, unfortunately. So take that as you will. It's a fast aircraft. It's kind of chunky. It doesn't really like to turn too well, at least from what I've noticed, at least with my crew anyways. And you get 2 9Ls. I'm putting an emphasis on that because yikes. All right, take that as you will. It's finally here. We have the Tornado. Definitely enjoy that. So without further ado, let's go over to, I'm sorry to say, the Unloved Japanese. A couple of things. A very noticeable highlight, at least from what I can notice. I think I'm missing an aircraft here. Am I? No, not yet. I'm not missing something. I thought there was going to be a premium right here, but maybe it's not done yet. We do get, of course, the Sub 1-2, which is an SPA, battle rating 5.3, which is completely fine. It does get, of course, the DM63 APDS round for the cannon, which is very nice. No thermal sights. It's not even stabilized. Think of this as a slower R3 for the most part. At least it's spaded. It's not even spaded yet. So yeah, it's just a slower R3. 20 millimeter, maybe a Martyr, I think is a better way to go about it instead of the R3. So that's really it. I'm really happy that we have an SPAA for the Japanese, but Gaijin, can we have something for top tier, please? Give them something better if you could. But as you can see right here, I did bring in the F4EJ because this one did get a buff. It now has AIM-9Ls. That's right. You finally get 4 of them. So now this vehicle can be very competitive, a little bit more so than it already was. Excuse me, I just got done with the stream and my voice is a little shot. Besides, this is such a pretty Phantom. I am so excited for that, okay? AIM-9Ls, make it more competitive. Yes, please. But let's go ahead and take a look at the very next one, the Chinese. So currently, the Chinese get 2 things. There might be more. As you can see, they do have a premium aircraft, which we'll get to in just a quick second. They don't have anything for top tier. My guess is they're going to be getting some sort of Taiwanese F-16. That's what I've been told. I could be entirely wrong. Maybe we'll get a Chinese version of the F-16 or something, or whatever they want to go ahead and call it for the most part. But we do get something new. The WZ-1001, I believe this is incorrectly named. Someone told me, but I'm going to go ahead and just leave it the way it is. What makes this different compared to that of the existing 99A? It does get a slightly longer barrel. This is a different barrel design after all, which is basically going to be the same as you would find with the L44 to the L55. Longer barrel, Dart goes faster, means more penetration. Apparently, the APDS or APFSDS is going to penetrate, I believe, up to 600 millimeters. I could be entirely wrong, but it is the same as it currently is right now. There's no ERA up top, and the driver is now centermost as opposed to a little bit offset. Ammunition is now stored behind the fuel a little bit. There might be another fuel tank over here at some point, and that's really the only differences I could find between this and the existing 99A. There might be some other differences. I understand it, but that's all I could really find for the time being. And also, I think this is new. Is this new for it? Let me go ahead and pull out the other 99A. Is that new? Yeah, that's new. Okay, cool. I don't even know what this is. An APS? It might be. I have no idea. But anyways, here's the J7D, a premium 11.0 aircraft that also has the PL7, which I believe these are Magic 2s without the all aspect, or Magic 1s, supposedly. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, okay? All I know is that it has a better missile, the PL7, which means that the tech tree version is going to be getting something a bit better, which I hope maybe they get this or something a little bit better too, but you have a MiG-21 basically with better air-to-air. That is it. So take that as you will. Again, if you want to buy this, use my damn 3%. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to put an emphasis on that all crazy today. Okay, cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they'll be getting for their rank 8s. That really remains to be seen. So let's go ahead and jump over to the Lonely Italians. I am terribly sorry to say they don't get too much. They do get another milk truck with a 50 cal. That's right. This thing is hilariously fun because it's the M16 on a milk truck that has no armor whatsoever. So the name of the game is do not get shot at ever by anything. 7.7 or anything. Hell, even a BB gun don't get shot at. All right, but you get a milk truck. And also, you get the F-104S TAF. I don't know what this stands for, but you get an F-104 premium. I mean, the Italians are already kind of suffering with, not having a good top-tier aircraft, but they get a premium that has 4 AIM-9Ps, a cannon, and no flares. At least not for the time being. Yikes. That's all I got to say is yikes. If you guys want to buy this thing and use it, you know what to do. Cool. Enjoy it, I guess. But let's go ahead and jump over to the French. And also, I know I've missed some vessels. Bear with me here, okay? I'm sorry to say to my French mains out there, you only get one thing for the time being, the AMX-32-105. Now, take the AMX-30 Super, right? Take away about, I think, 500 horsepower. No, 50 horsepower away from it, excuse me. And give it a 20 millimeter gun. Same thermal sights. I believe the same optics as well, if I can find it, 8.9 to 10 times. Yeah, but you get a 20 millimeter. You also get the OFL 120 F1, laser rangefinder, Gen 1 thermal sights, as mentioned already. And that's honestly really it. However, it is a stabilized gun platform. I believe it is the first 9.0 MBT that gets a stabilizer. I mean, come on, the Bernus, if that thing had one, oof, it'd be good. At least the optical stabilizer for the gun sight. That would be very nice. But you do get this, which is very nice. Now, here's the cool thing. The Mirage 2000 is now a rank 8 aircraft, which means that we might be getting a rank 7 premium, or maybe even another rank 8 aircraft for it. But the Mirage 2000 might actually be that vehicle that makes it its rank 8. Does that make sense? So I'm sorry to say I am probably missing a couple of things. I haven't really found anything else that I'm missing. And that's really it for the French. I'm looking forward to this. Do expect a video for this at some point later in December, maybe January, probably December. We'll see. And as for the Swedish, they don't get too much love today, but they do get some, which is very nice. They do get the brand new Finnish T55M. Now, what is this vehicle, right? I believe it has a slightly better engine. I could be wrong. I could spade it, but we'll figure that out a little bit later when we do a video on this, because I will be doing one. But you get an 8.3 stabilized gun platform with a laser rangefinder, and also you get a new Sable type, the M1000A1. I don't know if this is the real name for it. I've never heard of it. Take a look at those pen values: 344, 290, 199. This is a very good dart for the BR412D, and everything else for that matter, NVD, etc. So that's really cool. You get a new T55 for them, and I'm looking forward to it because, come on, just Russian vehicles outside of Russia is incredibly fun to me and nice. So yeah, there you have it. That's all the Finnish or the Swedish do get. So with all that being said, let's talk about the final nation, Israel, and they get some love too. And last, but most certainly not least, Israel with the Magash 7C. And I am sorry to say, this is kind of a disappointment of a vehicle. It's basically an M60 with the same engine as found, I think, on the Galbatash, but the armor on it is about the same, I would say. In fact, I think the Galbatash even has a bit better armor because this armor front plate, or at least the front of this, cannot really stop heat rounds. At least not even the standard 105s one found. Anything above that is going to go through this without too much issue. And also, you do get a Gen 1 thermal sights. You do get the M426 APFSDS, which is basically DM63105. And you still get the same crap sights. 8 times fixed. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm excited to have this. I'm going to play it. I'll make a video for you guys as its own thing. But yikes, Gaijin, please at least make the front plates, the front turret face, be a little bit better protected against chemical munitions. But I'm sure you guys have noticed they do get something else too. The Israeli F-16A Nets, which is a direct copy of the American F-16 here in War Thunder. In real life, it could be different. I don't know. But in War Thunder, it's the exact same thing. 4 AIM-9Ls. You get Mavericks, which is very nice. You get a drop tank. I believe you do. It's not even telling me. I think you might get a drop tank for this. I'm pretty sure you do. But 6 9Ls, 9Ps, a bunch of bombs, Mavericks. It's basically going to be the same as the American version, just not American. And yes, I will be getting this to use as a ground pounder in conjunction with the Merkava Mark 4M. You can bet I'll be doing a Wabo combo video when this does drop. So keep an eye out for that. So I guess that really does it. And there's not really a whole lot left that I may have missed. I know I missed some boats, maybe some features, but let's just get to the outro. And there you have it. That was most of everything that is currently coming into the game. I know there's a lot of vehicles I may have missed, some vessels, etc. There are some features, some new missiles, some changes that did come into the game that I did miss, such as the scouting mechanic is now available for everyone to use. I believe there were some new engine sounds for some vehicles. Jets now sound a little bit better. There are a bunch of things that I did miss, but I just wanted to highlight some of the biggest things in this game, which is, of course, MiG-29, F-16s, and so on and so forth, which means that this is going to be incredibly interesting because this update is going to span for the next 3 months. We won't be seeing another update until around March of next year, which means that we have plenty of time to either buy or grind out these brand new vehicles to keep us occupied until the next update, which I believe we may even get the T90, maybe sometime early 2023. A little birdie told me some about it, but we might also get it in this update. Who knows? But with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, my little talking head. I'm sorry I didn't have any gameplay. This is just an overview as I usually do. I will be having dedicated videos for each and every one of the new vehicles, at least to the best of my ability. I'm looking into some air content, but me though, I'm a little hesitant with aviation content because, man, as much fun as we have, a lot of you guys are super critical about it. And I'm just like, that's a whole can of worms I don't want to open, at least for the time being. But I may just change that opinion and do this for you guys because why the hell not? Let's goof around and fly, even if I suck. So with all that, again, being said, thank you so much for checking this out. If you guys want to check out the live content, you know exactly where to go over on Twitch. Link down description as per usual. And thank you again for getting me over 50,000 subscribers. This is the last video you'll hear me say that. But again, thank you so much. 50K Q&A video is going to be in the recommended part at the end of this. So cool, awesome. I will see you guys not only in the next video or even the streams, but maybe in the following update that is the Apex Predators. I'll see you next time.